In simple terms, what is church really about? So St. Paul tells us that the church is the body of Christ. Body is not just one part, it's the whole package together. Our head is Jesus Christ, our hands are his hands, our heart feels with his heart and with the heart of God. And how we present ourselves should always then be a reflection of who he is.
Well, I'm the senior warden. My job is to try to get all this to help us work together and try to identify where people can use their talents the best. I work closely with Father Naz. We do some extra meetings because Father Naz is a part-time priest for us. So we felt there was more onus on the actual parish members. So that's the structure that we took up. And I think that's worked really well.
I'm fortunate that I am not this first part-time priest at Advent. And I say that with gratitude because it's sometimes difficult for parishes to transition from a full-time clergy to any time of part-time situation. But the lay leadership here, having learned from an earlier transition, basically stepped up and said, no, we need to identify those areas where we truly need the clergy support and where the lay leadership can step up so that the clergy is not overstretched, that the church ends up functioning as optimally as it could. So the lay leadership is strong and more mature because through trial and error, through discernment, through dialogue with each other, we have figured out that somehow having work teams help.
Our participation in other organizations in the community, like the Hatboro food pantries. When our church became involved in helping those organizations, it often transferred into us being able to have our own form of participation. So our meal ministry came from watching the Baptist church down the road, and he guided us in coming up with what this congregation could handle.
You can't know what the community needs if you're staying inside this building. Once we got out, it really kind of snowballed in terms of our understanding of where the needs are. Then we can see how can we help meet those needs.
So we are folks who benefited a lot with the grants, right?
We initially got grant money for our meal ministry, which allowed us to buy 2 commercial refrigerators, or freezers rather. We've wanted to air condition the parish hall for at least 20 years. Father Naz said, hey, grant, let's give it a try. And we got it.
Pandemic hit, we did technology grants, was one of our big ones. We had the Canon for Communication come out just to talk to us about how to use social media.
Our diocese has been very helpful for us on that, and they were wonderfully helpful for us in getting Father Naz.
Yeah.
And having him come here. I mean,
one of the things that we found out is basically let's align with the priorities of the diocese. I remember, Pastor Ned on the left side, and we discerned that. And that's how I think we got rekindled with welcoming the stranger again. And so William Temple, an Archbishop of Canterbury, who said that the primary beneficiaries of the church are folks who don't belong to it. The mission of the church is to bring the kingdom and presence of Jesus to those who might not ever return to it. Jesus says that if you only do things for those who can repay you, what good is that? It's a bonus when people come in to worship, but if they don't, then we have actually done what Jesus is asking, that we've invited and served those who can't ever pay us back. I think the recurring theme here for us is the relationships, and it's really the relationships. As we get to know them, they get to know us. So we have a relationship with now the Chamber of Commerce, who sees us not just as a venue that hosts the Christmas tree lighting, but really an integral part of the community that said, no, we want you there. I think, as Bud Hollinger reminded us, you don't have to do everything. But if you do one or two things well, then that's your ticket in. And I think that's kind of where we are. We do one or two things well, do it consistently, and people start looking for us. We have a place at the table, but at the same time, our table is also open to everyone, which is really great.